There is an image of Venezuela that has traveled around the world, an impossible waterfall dropping from the summit of a mountain surrounded by jungle. But beyond Angel Falls lies a country of landscapes so vast and varied that even its most famous natural wonder reveals only a fraction of the story. Venezuela stretches from the Caribbean Sea to the Amazon basin, crossing tropical islands, flooded grasslands, cloud forests, enormous rivers, Andean peaks, and some of the oldest geological formations visible anywhere on Earth. Much of this extraordinary geography remains almost unknown to travelers beyond South America. Our journey begins in the Gran Sabana, where the landscape seems to belong to another geological age. Golden grasslands extend toward distant horizons while enormous flat-topped mountains rise abruptly from the plains like isolated fortresses. These mountains are tepuis, ancient tablelands shaped from some of the oldest exposed rock formations on the planet. Their vertical cliffs create isolated worlds above the surrounding forests, where centuries of separation have contributed to remarkable ecosystems. Roraima is perhaps the most recognizable after Tepuis, home of Angel Falls. Its immense summit stands where Venezuela meets Guyana and Brazil, surrounded by cliffs that disappear into cloud and rain. From above, Mount Roraima appears almost unreal. Waterfalls pour from its edges after heavy rain, clouds move across dark cliffs, and the enormous plateau seems to float above the green landscape surrounding it. But the Gran Sabana is more than its mountains. Rivers cross broad grasslands before dropping over waterfalls, gallery forests follow waterways through open plains, and distant tepuis remain visible for kilometers beneath enormous tropical skies. Roads through this region reveal a Venezuela defined by space. Small settlements appear between stretches of wilderness while rivers, savanna, forest, and mountains dominate almost every direction. Travel north and the landscape begins changing again. The Orinoco, one of South America's great rivers, flows across Venezuela for more than 2,000 kilometers before breaking into an immense delta approaching the Atlantic. From the air, the Orinoco Delta becomes a maze. Brown and blue waterways divide dense green forest into countless islands while narrow channels disappear beneath vegetation stretching toward the horizon. Communities have lived within this watery landscape for generations. Boats become essential transportation, connecting settlements through rivers that function almost like roads across a region where conventional highways would make little sense. The delta gradually merges with the Atlantic through wetlands, mangroves, tidal channels, and enormous expanses of tropical vegetation. Here, it becomes difficult to tell exactly where the river ends and the ocean begins. Farther west, another Venezuela emerges across the llanos. These vast tropical plains extend toward Colombia, forming one of South America's great open landscapes and a dramatic contrast with the forests and tepuis of the south. During the dry season, the llanos can stretch as golden grassland beneath intense sunlight. When the rains arrive, rivers expand across the plains and large areas become wetlands reflecting enormous skies. Wildlife thrives within this seasonal rhythm. Capybaras gather near waterways, caimans occupy rivers and wetlands, scarlet ibis cross the sky, and countless birds move through an ecosystem shaped almost entirely by water. From a drone, the llanos reveal their true scale. Rivers curve through grasslands like enormous ribbons while isolated trees, wetlands, cattle ranches, and distant forest create patterns extending far beyond the horizon. Then the land begins rising toward the northwest. The Venezuelan Andes emerge as the country's tropical lowlands give way to steep valleys, mountain forests, high plateaus, and peaks reaching far above the clouds. Around Mérida, roads climb through landscapes that seem impossible so close to the Caribbean. Green valleys narrow beneath enormous mountains while villages appear on slopes surrounded by farmland and cloud forest. Higher still lies the Paramo, an ecosystem of mist, grassland, unusual vegetation, and cold mountain air. Here, Venezuela feels completely removed from the tropical image associated with its Caribbean coast and jungle interior. And this is only half the country we came to discover. Beyond these mountains lie deserts beside the sea, drowned forests, turquoise Caribbean islands, mysterious caves, and coastlines that reveal yet another Venezuela hidden far beyond the waterfall that made it famous. From the high Andes, Venezuela falls toward one of South America's most extraordinary bodies of water. Lake Maracaibo spreads across the northwest like an inland sea, connected to the Caribbean through a narrow channel and surrounded by wetlands, lowlands, cities, and distant mountains. The lake is famous for a remarkable atmospheric phenomenon associated with the Catatumbo region. On many nights, thunderstorms illuminate the horizon with repeated lightning, turning the enormous tropical sky into one of Venezuela's most dramatic natural spectacles. South of the lake, rivers descend from mountains through wetlands and forests. Seen from above, waterways twist through vast green landscapes before eventually disappearing into the enormous Maracaibo Basin. Travel east along Venezuela's Caribbean edge and the scenery changes again. The country's northern coastline stretches beneath mountain ranges, through sheltered bays and past beaches where dense tropical vegetation reaches almost to the sea. Henri Pittier National Park protects a spectacular section of this landscape. Forested mountains rise sharply from the Caribbean, creating deep valleys and steep roads that eventually descend toward isolated coastal communities. The contrast from above is extraordinary. Mountain ridges covered in cloud forest fall toward brilliant blue water, while narrow beaches and villages occupy the small spaces between steep terrain and the Caribbean. Farther east lies Mochima, where the coastline breaks into islands, rocky headlands, protected bays, and clear water. Dry hills descend directly toward the sea, creating a landscape completely different from the rainforests and wetlands encountered earlier. Small boats move between coves while islands rise from the Caribbean in layers of brown and green. From higher above, the mainland seems to dissolve into a maze of peninsulas and sheltered channels. But Venezuela's most surprising coastal landscape may lie offshore. Los Roques is an enormous Caribbean archipelago of coral islands, sandbanks, lagoons, and reefs surrounded by water ranging from pale turquoise to deep ocean blue. From the air, roads and cities disappear completely. Thin white islands curve through shallow lagoons while coral formations create patterns beneath water so clear that boats can appear to float above their own shadows. Gran Roque contains the archipelago's principal settlement, a compact collection of colorful buildings surrounded by sand and sea. Beyond it, dozens of cays stretch across a protected marine landscape where the horizon seems almost entirely made of water. Return to the mainland and another unexpected environment appears in the northwest. Médanos de Coro National Park contains enormous sand dunes shaped by persistent coastal winds, creating a desert-like landscape beside the Caribbean. The dunes constantly shift. Their ridges rise above dry vegetation in smooth golden waves, with the changing wind gradually reshaping a landscape that never looks exactly the same for long. Only a short distance away, the colonial streets of Coro reveal how closely Venezuela's human history follows its geography. Terracotta roofs, colorful facades, courtyards, and old churches sit beneath a brilliant sky near landscapes that transition from dunes to mountains and coast. Far to the south, the country returns once again to wilderness. The Guiana Shield extends across an immense region of ancient rock, rainforest, rivers, tepuis, and ecosystems shared with neighboring Guyana and Brazil. Some areas remain extraordinarily difficult to reach. Rivers become transportation corridors through forest, settlements grow increasingly distant from one another, and vast stretches of green appear almost uninterrupted from the air. This remoteness is part of what has preserved Venezuela's extraordinary natural diversity. But it also means these landscapes should never be treated as empty wilderness. because indigenous communities have lived across many of these regions for generations and maintained deep relationships with the land. Travel in Venezuela also requires realism alongside wonder. Infrastructure, transportation, security conditions, fuel availability, permits, and access to remote areas can change. So anyone considering a journey needs current official travel advice and experienced local guidance rather than assuming every landscape shown here is easily accessible. Perhaps that difficulty partly explains why so much of Venezuela remains absent from the world's travel imagination. The country contains landscapes comparable to some of South America's most celebrated destinations, yet many remain unfamiliar even to experienced international travelers. Angel Falls may be the image that introduces the world to Venezuela, but it is not the landscape that defines it. The real Venezuela stretches from tepuis and flooded plains to Andean paramo, Caribbean reefs, shifting dunes, immense rivers, cloud forests, and wilderness disappearing toward horizons few outsiders ever see.